Urinotron. At the Bristol Bioenergy Center, urine is the fuel of the moment, and an outdoor urinal ensures there is no shortage of the magical fuel. If you're brave enough and have a strong gag reflex, you can watch this futuristic machine take your urine and transform it into power for your mobile phone, before recycling it back to pure water. A microbial fuel cell uses natural biological processes of electric bacteria to turn urine into electricity by harnessing microorganisms to create energy as part of their metabolic process. These fuel cells are efficient and relatively cheap to run, and produce nearly zero waste. Everyone from students to builders and lab technicians at the center donate their urine to the scientific research. This futuristic invention has us shaking our heads in disbelief and amazement. If this could be applied to every electronic gadget, imagine how much fossil fuel would be saved. Imagine a world where you could recharge your mobile phone by going to the toilet. Well, that future is here. Human microchip. This next technology is every bit as futuristic as it sounds. Microchipping has gained some popularity in Sweden, which already has a robust digital society. The chips can be used to unlock doors, start cars, eliminate the need for work pass cards, and offer options to pay for things. There are notable instances of bus conductors in Sweden scanning hands to check the validity of the tickets, and people boarding a plane just by scanning their hand. Feels like you stepped right into a RoboCop movie, doesn't it? These microchips aren't just useful in public settings. You can program them to take care of important personal information too. You can choose what information you store on your chip since it's programmed through your computer. From emergency information to cryptocurrency keys, credit cards to security passwords, to even medical records can be stored on this tiny chip. Is this the beginning of a bright future where chips will one day be able to diagnose and foresee health problems? Or is it a way to keep an even closer eye on human movements? Although controversial, these chips could be the gateway to the future. What's your take on this? Please let us know in the comments below. Poop-powered bus. You might be wondering that the world's finally lost its marbles when you hear that there's a bus filled with poop running around your local station, and we don't blame you. However, a bus powered by poop, or more scientifically put, biomethane gas, which is generated through the treatment of human and food waste, has already made its maiden voyage from Bath to Bristol in England recently. The 40-seater biobus runs on biomethane gas generated from human sewage and food waste through an anaerobic fermentation process. Methane extracted from the biogas is added to propane to produce fuel for the bus, which is stored in the vehicle's dome-shaped roof. The biogas is produced at the Bristol Sewage Treatment Works, which is under the control of the Wessex Water subsidiary GenEco. The bus can travel up to 300 kilometers on a full tank of fuel, which is generated from waste that around 5 people produce in a year. It also runs on a combustion engine similar to those found on conventional diesel buses, but emits up to 30% less carbon dioxide. The general manager of GenEco says that the sewage treatment system can produce enough gas to power nearly 8,500 homes. Gas-powered vehicles have an important role to play in improving air quality in UK cities, but the biobus goes further than that and is actually powered by people living in the local area, including quite possibly those on the bus itself. Isn't that a fascinating idea to help conserve the environment? Pavegen. Could a simple activity like walking actually help us transition to green energy sources? Pavegen launched their kinetic energy generating tiles in London, an innovation to follow step by step. These walkways produce electricity from the pressure of our footsteps. Pavegen has truly provided a new definition to the phrase, "one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." This fantastic solution for transforming the energy of crowds into kinetic energy is obtained by using a device integrated into the walkway. Pavegen is capable of transforming the energy from each of our footsteps into electricity as the pedestrians walk along, activating small electromagnetic generators positioned under the walkway. Its technology is very promising for areas with heavy footfall such as stations or shopping centers. Facing up to the challenge of providing a city with sustainable energy, lighting consumes 2,900 terawatts per hour of electricity per year, which equates to nearly 20% of the world's energy consumption. Hence, the sustainable city has to seek alternative solutions to free itself of fossil energies. The progress made in renewable energies is picking up speed, but it needs to be supported by suitable solutions because not all renewable energies are geared around city life. Photovoltaic energy is gradually permeating the urban fabric, but for now, wind power remains confined to large open spaces. Kangduo. Surgical robots are becoming more and more commonplace worldwide. While the technology may be truly ahead of its time in innovation, there's reasonable doubt on the patient's part, which often results in many of them feeling uncomfortable with robotic doctors. However, with China successfully testing the world's first remote surgery equipment using 5G mobile network technology, we have hope that this technology is for the best. In a recent procedure, a doctor in the southeastern province of Fujian removed the liver of a laboratory test animal at a remote location by controlling robotic surgical arms over a 5G connection. The lag time was said to be only 0.1 seconds between the doctor's control device and the robot in the surgical room. Researchers said that the fast speed can reduce the risk of deadly medical mistakes, and this raises hopes that 5G-enabled remote surgery will soon be reliable enough to use on human patients. Riverfield is also working on a prototype for remove robotic surgery. To give the surgeon an even better idea of the area he's working with, the interface creates a series of 3D images which make it easier for the one operating on the body. With the help of 3D glasses, these images become proper projections and provide you with the full experience of being inside a surgery simulation. Electri-City. As electric vehicles become more prominent on the roads and the charging capacity becomes more of an issue, Norway has come up with a clever, broad-view solution for its fleet of taxis, called Electri-City. With charging time and efficiency becoming a limiting factor for electric commercial vehicles, these cabs will be charged wirelessly through the taxi rank they sit on as the taxis wait to be hired. What a brilliant way to kill time and get an advantage from it! While putting a charging coil in a single location or in several single locations, such as the taxi ranks, is an affordable option, the same cannot be said for an entire street, where on-the-move charging is super challenging, both in terms of cost and expanding this new technology across more than one industry. However, even though Electri-City currently only focuses on taxis, in the near future it might take in other vehicles too. Norway has already committed to requiring all new cars sold from 2025 onwards to be electric, and intends to build an entirely emission-free taxi service to assist in its grand ambition. This saves in several ways. No need to hunt out an available charger, no need to wait separately for a charge and to be hired, and no need to even plug in or unplug when a fare arrives, all of which save precious time in which to earn. In the industry, after all, time is money. Solar Roadways. Solar Roadways is a modular paving system of solar panels that can withstand the heaviest of trucks weighing around 250,000 pounds. These solar road panels can be installed on roads, parking lots, driveways, sidewalks, bike paths, playgrounds, and quite literally any surface under the sun. They help pay for themselves mainly by the generation of electricity, which can power homes and businesses connected through driveways and parking lots. A nationwide system could produce more clean renewable energy than a country uses as a whole. These roadways have many other features as well, including heating elements to stay snow ice-free, LEDs to make road lines and signage, an attached cable corridor to provide a home for power and data cables, EVs will be able to charge with energy from the sun instead of fossil fuels, from parking lots and driveways. And after a roadway system is in place, mutual induction technology will allow for charging while driving. There is tons of speculation surrounding this project, but is it really worth it to invest in something as futuristic and far-fetched as this? Turns out, someone in the Netherlands already came up with a similar idea and created a bike path that generated enough energy to power a whole house for an entire year. Isn't that fantastic? We've got high hopes for the solar roadways now. StreetSmart by Cyclomedia. StreetSmart is an interactive web viewer for all Cyclomedia content, cycloramas, aerial imagery, and point clouds. This user-friendly interface enables fast and easy access to all of Cyclomedia's data. This includes recent as well as historic data, allowing the company and its clients to detect changes and examine developments over the years. StreetSmart does exactly what you want it to do in the most intuitive way. It also offers a measure function to measure points, lines, and areas in all the available data, alongside other useful special tools to measure, for example, height or orthogonal information. By presenting spatial information as a data layer in StreetSmart, you will be able to quickly gain insights into new spatial relationships, serving as an essential source of information for making inventories or for inspection work, surveys, and spatial analysis. Imagine that you're a contractor and need to change windows on a building. Now, you can provide an estimate without leaving your office. Pull up a picture to scale, measure the window, and voila! Need to repave the road and seed the lawn? Not a problem. Just measure the surface using StreetSmart's tools, and you're all set to go out shopping for supplies. No waste, no excess, no hassle. With StreetSmart's effective calculations, you don't need to rack your brain with complex algorithmic formulas trying to figure out the number of tiles you'll need for your new flooring. The possibilities are endless with StreetSmart. Pems. The Duncan Solutions Integrated Smart City Parking Solution is an open and integrated tool that extends across interactive parking meters, license plate recognition cameras, issuing of parking fines from handheld Android devices, and guided parking for motorists. Their Parking Enterprise Management System, PEMS, enables all devices to talk to one another through a single point of information. The Duncan team designs, manufactures, and integrates a range of parking guidance and compliance technologies that assist civic engineers and their management to identify and optimize city parking availability and traffic flow. Because a PEMS unit can be easily moved by one person from site to site, the required emissions testing projects are economically viable. Basically, more testing can be done more quickly by less workers, which will automatically increase the number of tests done in a certain time period, which will significantly reduce the cost per test, yet at the same time increases the overall accuracy required in a real-world environment. We don't know about you, but this is enough to make anyone want to try out this exciting new technology. Some of Duncan's super intelligent parking management solutions are currently used by local and federal government authorities, universities, entertainment centers, hospitals, and national park services across Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. PEMS combines with multiple best-in-breed software and hardware solutions to deliver real smart city benefits to civic parking authorities.